If you're exploring kitchen renovations, Kitchener-Waterloo, one of the most impactful changes you can make is moving a kitchen wall. This question is significant for local homeowners because it goes beyond simple aesthetics. It influences kitchen flow, functionality, and even resale value. In Kitchener-Waterloo, where homes often blend historical architecture with modern needs, altering a kitchen wall can breathe new life into your space while accommodating contemporary lifestyles. But how much will it cost to make such a transformative change? The answer isn't one size fits all, but our guide will help you navigate the factors involved. We'll delve into variables like wall type, load bearing or non load bearing, materials, labor, and any additional costs unique to the Kitchener Waterloo area. Whether you're dreaming of an open concept design or simply need a bit more space, understanding these elements will prepare you for both the budgeting and planning stages of your renovation. Stay tuned as we break down each aspect to give you a clear picture of what to expect when considering this exciting home improvement project. Understanding the costs of moving a kitchen wall in Kitchener-Waterloo. When considering kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo, moving a kitchen wall can be one of the most impactful changes you can make. However, it's important to understand the costs involved before undertaking this significant alteration. The cost to move a kitchen wall varies widely based on several factors, including whether the wall is load-bearing, the materials used, and the complexity of the project. On average, homeowners in this area can expect to spend anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000, but it's crucial to get a detailed estimate tailored to your specific needs. Several key considerations can affect the overall cost of moving a kitchen wall. First, identifying whether the wall is load-bearing is essential, as removing or altering such a wall will likely require the expertise of a structural engineer. This can add to the expense, but is necessary to ensure the safety and integrity of your home. Additionally, relocating electrical wiring, plumbing, or HVAC systems can significantly increase costs. These elements often run through kitchen walls, especially in older homes in Kitchener-Waterloo, so it's vital to factor in these potential additional costs. Consult with a professional early in the planning stages to determine if the wall is load-bearing and what structural changes might be necessary. Consider the potential impact on your kitchen's layout and functionality. Sometimes, moving a wall can open up space or improve flow, but it's important to weigh the benefits against the costs. Get multiple quotes from local contractors who specialize in kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo to ensure you're getting a fair price. Plan for the unexpected by setting aside a contingency budget, typically around 10 to 15% of the total project cost, to cover unexpected issues or changes in scope. Don't forget to check if any permits are required for structural changes, as failing to do so can result in fines or complications when selling your home in the future. Key factors influencing kitchen wall relocation expenses in Kitchener-Waterloo. When considering kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo, moving a kitchen wall can significantly enhance your space's functionality and aesthetic appeal. However, several factors influence the cost of such a project. Understanding these elements can help you prepare a realistic budget and make informed decisions. One of the critical factors is whether the wall in question is load-bearing. Moving a load-bearing wall requires additional structural support, which can increase labor and material costs. Engaging a structural engineer to assess the wall is often necessary, adding to the overall expense. Another consideration is the presence of plumbing, electrical, or HVAC systems within the wall. Relocating these systems can be complex and requires the expertise of licensed professionals, contributing to the project's cost. The age of your home can also play a role. Older homes in Kitchener-Waterloo may have outdated wiring or plumbing that needs upgrading during the renovation process, inadvertently increasing costs. Additionally, the chosen materials and finishes for the new wall can vary widely in price, so it's crucial to align your selections with your budget. Consult with local experts, like Kitchen and Bath Reno Guys, to gain insights into potential challenges and cost-saving opportunities specific to the Kitchener-Waterloo area. Prioritize obtaining a detailed quote that outlines labor, materials, and any additional costs that may arise, such as permits, or inspections. Consider the potential need for temporary accommodations if the kitchen becomes unusable during extensive renovations. Factor in the cost of unforeseen repairs or upgrades, especially if your home is older, to prevent budget overruns. Opt for a design that maximizes efficiency and minimizes the movement of plumbing and electrical systems to save on costs. Comparing local contractors for kitchen wall modifications in Kitchener-Waterloo. When planning kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo, selecting the right contractor for moving a kitchen wall is crucial. With the complexity of structural modifications, you need a contractor who is not only skilled but also familiar with local building codes. The reputation of contractors in Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge varies, so doing your homework can save you time and money. It's essential to compare their experience, past projects, and customer reviews. A well-established contractor will offer insights into the feasibility of your project and help navigate the necessary permits and inspections. Cost is a significant factor when choosing a contractor, but it shouldn't be the only one. While you might be tempted to go with the lowest bid, consider what is included in the estimate. Some contractors may offer a lower initial price, but add costs for materials or unforeseen issues later. Look for contractors who offer transparent pricing and detailed estimates. Additionally, consider their availability and timeline for project completion, as delays can lead to increased costs and inconvenience. Request quotes from at least 3 contractors to compare prices and services. Check for contractor licenses and insurance to ensure they meet local requirements. Ask for references and visit past projects to gauge quality and satisfaction. Ensure the contractor provides a detailed contract outlining the scope of work, timeline, and payment schedule. Communicate your vision clearly to avoid misunderstandings and ensure the final result meets your expectations. Budgeting for kitchen wall adjustments. Tips for Kitchener-Waterloo homeowners. When planning kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo, moving a kitchen wall can be a game changer in terms of optimizing space and improving functionality. However, it often requires a substantial budget due to the complexity of the work involved. Homeowners should consider factors such as wall type, structural implications, and potential hidden costs. In Kitchener-Waterloo, the cost to move a kitchen wall can range from $2,000 to $10,000 or more, depending on these variables. Proper budgeting and planning can help manage expenses effectively while ensuring a successful renovation. One of the first considerations should be whether the wall in question is load-bearing or non-load-bearing. Removing or relocating a load-bearing wall is more complex and costly, as it requires structural reinforcements, such as beams or columns, to maintain the integrity of the building. This process often involves hiring a structural engineer, which adds to the cost. On the other hand, moving a non-load-bearing wall is generally less expensive and simpler, as it doesn't impact the building's structure. Homeowners should also be prepared for additional costs that might arise, such as relocating electrical wiring, plumbing, or HVAC systems. Consult with professionals. Always consult with a structural engineer or a qualified contractor to assess the feasibility and implications of moving a wall. Get multiple quotes. Obtain at least 3 quotes from local contractors to compare costs and services offered. Check permits. Verify if any permits are required for the renovation, as this can add to the timeline and cost. Plan for contingencies. Allocate an additional 10 to 15% of your budget for unexpected expenses that may arise during the renovation. Consider impact on utilities. Moving walls may require rerouting plumbing or electrical lines. Consult professionals to understand these costs up front. How costs compare across Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge. When considering kitchen renovations in Kitchener-Waterloo, the cost of moving a kitchen wall can vary significantly depending on your location within the Tri-City area. In Kitchener, where many homes date back to the pre-1960s era, the cost of moving a kitchen wall generally ranges between $5,000 and $12,000. This is because older homes often require updates to plumbing and electrical systems, which can add to the project's complexity and expense. Meanwhile, in Waterloo, most residential properties are from the post-1980s period, leading to a more predictable cost for moving a kitchen wall. Homeowners in Waterloo can expect to pay between $4,500 and $10,000. The newer construction materials and building standards make renovations here somewhat less complicated, which helps keep costs a bit lower and more consistent. In Cambridge, particularly in its historic cores like Galt, Hespeler, and Preston, moving a kitchen wall is likely to cost between $6,000 and $15,000. The century-old homes in these areas often present unique challenges, such as outdated infrastructure and the need to preserve historical features, which can drive up renovation expenses. Knowing these local nuances can help homeowners plan their budgets more effectively. Consider consulting with a local contractor familiar with Kitchener-Waterloo's housing stock to get a more accurate estimate tailored to your specific home. Request a structural assessment to identify any hidden issues, particularly in older homes, that could affect your renovation costs. Explore whether your renovation qualifies for any local government incentives or grants that could offset costs. Factor in potential additional expenses for updating plumbing or electrical systems, especially in older homes. Plan for a buffer in your budget to accommodate unexpected challenges typical of older or historic homes. Ready to transform your kitchen space? At Kitchen and Bath Reno Guys, Kitchener-Waterloo, we specialize in making your renovation dreams a reality. Whether you're considering moving a kitchen wall or a full remodel, our team is here to help. Visit our Kitchen Renovations Kitchener-Waterloo page or check out our Google profile for more inspiration. Contact us today at 226-894-0234 or visit kitchenandbathrenoguys.ca to book your free estimate or call for a quote. Let's build your dream kitchen together.